What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. We're going to be continuing the installation process on this G82 M4. In today's video, we're going to be installing the Mastery of Art and Design mid-pipe. As you can see, Chris is just taking measurements and getting everything figured out. But essentially, to start it off, you have to remove a bunch of 13mm bolts, 2 right there on the downpipe, 2 right here for the hangers, and then you have a bunch right here for the middle, what would we call
cross support.
Cross support. So the cool thing about it is your stock cross support is right here, and this one comes with a new one with a logo, which is kind of cool. I think that's really awesome. So it's essentially keep your stock exhaust, obviously, and then it's from the downpipe all the way up to about right here.
Yep.
What do we say?
You'll get rid of both of these resonators. They'll convert it to a single mid-pipe, which will change the sound a lot, and I think make it sound a lot better.
So obviously I will make sure to get before and after for you guys to see the sound difference. Obviously, as some of you guys already know with the G80s and the G82s, the exhaust situation with how the valve works in the muffler, how even when it's in sport mode, it's not fully open. So we also have a Valvetronics valve controller installation going down. We will do that in the next video. So once we knock that out, we'll go ahead and do the reflectors as well, and then this 3-part or 4-part video for this G82 will be complete. So right now we're just waiting for Chris to get his measurements done so we can figure out exactly how to install this. We'll try to help you guys follow along as best as we can. As soon as Chris is done with that, I'll get you guys started on how exactly it looks to put it back up together once you disconnect the stock exhaust. So basically the entire exhaust system is all 13mm bolts, those 2 for the downpipe, the brackets for the hangers as well. And then also the bracket that was right here as well that we will replace with the new one, like I said, is also held on by 13mm. This is Jack, the owner of Carolina Film Solutions. Yeah, just hide right behind the fucking door. There's nothing better than a good old E36 M3. Back to the install.
Back to the install. All right, so you're gonna have to cut, unfortunately. Not as simple as it should be, but there, it gives you some markings to identify where to cut at. On the passenger side, it's really gonna be really hard to see on camera, but there's a set of dimples. There's 2 here, 2 here, and 2 here. The passenger side one, you're gonna wanna cut and make a little line on the middle set of dimples. I just drew a circle to make it easier for cutting. And on the driver's side, you also have 3 sets of dimples. This one, you're gonna be on the front set, closer to the resonator. So if you're standing where I am, you can kind of see it.
Yeah, I don't think the camera's really picking it up.
All right, so
just cut the exhaust.
And online, you can kind of see there's grooves in the heat shield. So those grooves can kind of give you a reference of where to cut at.
Oh, that actually is a pretty good idea. Just count up the grooves and which one you should be at. The one we're at right now, to be honest, if you start from the very first one, 1, 2, 3, right? I'd say
probably right there.
Symmetrical with the third one, just a bit. I don't know. That's not a bad idea, but I'd still measure it how you just did it, the dimples, and just make sure that it's correct, because you don't want to mess this up, because there's really no going back once you do it.
Yeah. For this tool, I'm going to be using a pipe cutter. You can use a sawzall or grinding wheel, but this is a little more precise and less messy. Light pressure at first and slowly increase.
So once Chris gets this down, we basically unbolted everything. There's really nothing left except getting it off the hangers. It's going to be pretty cool with the intake. I think the owner's going to be pretty happy with the final product. So we're getting somewhere.
Yep, one's cut.
Nice.
As soon as I do this, this is going to fall. So
nice. Forward thinking. That's what we do here at NRP. Forward thinking. Yeah.
Maybe put these back in there for after you cut.
So check it out, we got the entire exhaust down. We're gonna go ahead and start it so you guys can hear it. No, I'm just kidding, we're not gonna start it. Now Chris is just gonna line everything up. Should be, wait, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's right, I gotta take this pipe off.
We forgot to mention that we have to actually loosen in these 13mm as well, bolts, so then you can actually mount.
There's a little bracket here.
Okay, so there's a little bit more to the exhaust removal. Sorry.
It's okay.
Bro, I almost died. The downpipe literally just went right across my freaking schnoz.
Hey, you know what your intro to your vlog should be?
What?
That countdown of how days since Chris has been injured, that should be the opening thing. You either writing a new letter in or like Xing it out and making it a 0 and then starting the video.
So Chris is actually known to hurt himself on a very common basis. So written on this marker board how many times this guy hurts himself. Right now we're at a streak. We got 2 days. He hasn't gotten hurt. We'll see how long that lasts. Go ahead and comment down below how long you think Chris will last without getting hurt.
I'm a viewer.
Oh!
Camera!
Jack, you might have to reset that to 0.
Nope.
He's gonna hurt himself.
Not today. Here we go. All right, we're up.
So obviously you tighten up these 2 or 4 13mm bolts. I guess the way this works now, the stock exhaust has that pipe that allows it to come, so it splits early now it's gonna split here. So instead of splitting from there, it's gonna split from here. This reminds me a lot of how the F80 is, right? So the S55 is more like this. So, interesting. I wonder
I don't know why they decided to change the whole exhaust design.
It probably changes the tone of the exhaust,
Yeah.
so that's probably why they wanted to make it different and stand out from the other products on the market. So we'll see. I mean, we got the before shot, so we'll see how it sounds compared to the stock exhaust. Imagine it sounds exactly the same. God damn, that's a big bore right there.
Girth.
Bro grabs it and says girth. All right, we're gonna have to change that to 0 days. So we're basically gonna have to keep seeing it. What?
He's injured?
No. He's getting there though. I don't think he's gonna make it to day 3. Chris, question.
True mile answer.
How much do you know how much has to go in? Like, are you just gonna keep
Well,
trial and error with it, or?
it's kind of, sort of. I personally don't like to see any gaps in this little slit here. Kind of see if I wiggle it off. You can see there's a gap there.
Yeah.
If you have it more over there, there's less chance for an air leak. So
Okay, cool.
I think rule of thumb is just get it as far down as you can.
All right, so Chris went ahead and tightened up everything. I want to say 3 or 4 clamps that are tightened down now. They're still loose. He's just still doing some minor adjustments, but it's pretty much done. Now it's just a matter of putting the exhaust bracket back up.
Mr. Evan just gave me a good pointer for this. Get the bolts in here, then put a block of wood underneath the pipe so it raises the pipe up enough so there's no clearance issues.
All right, so we're pretty much done with the installation process. A nice little trick we just learned was putting a wooden piece
Like
like
a pallet
so,
works good.
right in between that, so it lines up everything before you tighten it up, and then that way it's also held up and lines it for you. Just makes the job a lot easier. So once Chris is done tightening that up, we're just gonna go ahead and lower the car, start it, and then check if there's any leaks, any exhaust leaks of any kind whatsoever. As long as there's nothing, we can go ahead and get you guys some before and after shots and see how much louder it is. Hopefully it sounds much louder. All right guys, so Chris is now gonna start it. We're gonna hear the final, or the first startup with this new mid-pipe. Thoughts?
I like it. Sounds good.
That's sick. It's funny because we're revving it and you hear it screaming in the back, but you can still hear the intakes. Alright guys, so that pretty much concludes today's video. Now we have the mid-pipe installed and the MST Performance intake. All that's left is the valve controller and the reflector delete, so we'll catch you guys in the next video. But anyways, let me know what you guys think down below of how you think it sounds, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.